life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see it through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, that helps futures lose by.
What's up, everybody? This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. Let me tell you. Let me just first say that I live in Southern California, and we have been battling with fires like crazy. Many of you I owe a phone call to, an email to. We've been on the verge of being evacuated. Then we're evacuated. Then it's just been crazy. When you wake up in the morning, you think this is going to be the first normal day. And as soon as you look outside, there's ash. Your car's covered in ash. You can't breathe. It's been absolutely crazy. However, the 8-week fat loss challenge is still moving forward. And in this presentation, we're going to talk about the 8-week fat loss challenge. And if you're catching this video soon enough, it's not too late to join. It's not too late to join. So look down under the description and you'll see that there's links for quite a few things. But one, you can register for the 8-week fat loss challenge. And today we're actually going to talk about some of the things that are taking place in the 8-week fat loss challenge. We're going to give away some information that you can use whether you're in the 8-week fat loss challenge or not. We're going to talk about what makes for a fat burning snack. We're going to do that. And when I say we, I'm going to be joined by a nutritionist, health, and weight loss coach, Ms. Amy Prine. So we're going to talk about that and have some fun. That's going to be quick and easy. And those of you who are participating in the 8-week fat loss challenge, this will give you added clarity on what makes for a fat burning snack. Then we're going to talk about 5 different personality traits, which is all part of our 8-week fat loss challenge. And all of our coaches are trained on this to identify where you fall. Like, for instance, are you a procrastinator? Are you a warrior? Maybe you're a dabbler. Well, we're going to talk about all 5. And you could be one, maybe a combination of 2 of them. But what I can tell you is that once you identify with where you are, man, you can then set yourself up to be successful because you can create a plan based on where you tend to fall short. This is all psychology. This is all a big part of the methodology. This is a huge part of this 8-week fat loss challenge. We have the 6 M's, and we're going to talk about those. And one of those M's is mindset. There are people that would benefit from this challenge who's already a dietitian, a nutritionist, a personal trainer, someone who's a health coach, someone who's in the business of helping people with health. This is a challenge not just for yourself, but to acquire additional knowledge and understanding of mindset, metabolism, metabolic health and its connection, mitochondria health, which is cellular health, the microbiome. See, it's all part of it. And in this challenge, we're going to see some people get off to a great start. They're going to find a rhythm. They're going to know who they are based on their personality traits, and then they're going to transition. And I'm telling you, some of you in this challenge are going to start as a procrastinator, maybe a dabbler, but you're going to end as a warrior. I've watched people do this same 8-week challenge once in the past. This is a brand new one. Quite a few new cool things about it. And I've watched people do the simple 8-week challenge, go on to lose over 100. I've had people lose over 200 pounds. And they started with the challenge. Unbelievable. And then Amy has some questions that she believes that a lot of people may have. People who are brand new to it, people who are going to participate. So we got a lot to cover. So without further delay, let me bring on the one and only, everybody, They call her Amy Prine. What's up, Amy Prine? Okay, you got to unmute yourself. Come on.
Come on. Come on. I should know that by now, shouldn't I?
You should know that by now, but it's okay. Hey, I make mistakes all the time when it comes to like going live all the time.
Yep.
It's part
That's
of the deal.
okay. I'm
So how's
here.
Amy
So
Prine
that was
doing?
a great introduction. Pardon me?
How's Amy Prine doing, and how is the beautiful state of Wisconsin at this very moment in time?
At this very moment in time, it's beautiful because I love the cold weather, as everybody knows. Yes, that was sarcasm. We got some snow, but it's been very, very cold here. But as we're saying, we feel very fortunate here. We're very blessed. Unlike you guys in California, our heart is breaking for you guys out there. So prayers to all of you guys.
Okay, well, thank you very much. So we're going to get into it because people, they're ready to go. They are ready to do this 8-week fat loss challenge, which I am 1,000%. If that means anything more than 100, which is all the same.
Mm-hmm.
I am in this challenge. I am going to see this challenge all the way through. I am excited about this challenge. I'm also a little nervous about this challenge because I'm not a warrior when I first start a challenge. I'm more like, I'm not a procrastinator. I'm going to call myself a dabbler. And we're going to talk about what all that means. But I know that inside of about 7 to 14 days, I shift to the warrior where I get so locked in, Amy, that nothing can throw me off.
Sure. Now, with you saying you being a dabbler, and I know we're going to explain that to everybody, but I don't see you as a dabbler.
Well, again, it's not really how everybody else sees me.
Right. It's how you perceive yourself. Exactly.
And we're going to talk about it. That's going to be a really fun part of this conversation because oftentimes there's a lot of people out there in the world talking about nutrition, talking about health, how to lose weight, how to do this, how to do that. But you don't hear people talking enough about mindset and then providing people with exact things they can do to actually optimize their mindset.
Exactly.
So today, when we get to that, that's going to be good. And I'll better explain why I feel like I'm a dabbler in the beginning. And then I will explain how I can shift to being a warrior, which is where I would love everyone to ultimately get to.
And it's possible.
All right. But before we do all of that, I told everyone, I shared that we're going to talk about what makes for a fat burning snack. The short answer is anything that is 100 to 200 calories for a woman and 100 to 300 calories for a man, which goes with the basics of the Diet Free Life methodology.
Right.
Now, some people are told to eat every 2 to 3 hours or to snack multiple times in the course of a day. And some people are told to never do that. Now, when you first met me over 15 years ago, the methodology encouraged people to eat every 2 to 3 hours.
Correct.
And we have since made changes to that. However, when you did do that, you did lose weight. Before you became a nutritionist and a coach, you lost weight eating every 2 to 3 hours, right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
So that means some people can do that. But what I've seen over the years and why we had to pivot with the methodology is that that's not ideal for everyone, especially if they have any level of insulin resistance.
Yep.
Which, according to Tufts University, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, they both are saying that well over 88% of adults have some level of insulin resistance. So that would mean that's probably not a good idea to eat every 2 to 3 hours.
Right.
But there's some people that are doing it, and there's programs where they do it, and they're losing weight. There's one called Octavia. I believe I'm saying it right. And they're eating like regularly, and people are losing weight. However, without getting into the details of that program, those people don't look healthy when they lose weight.
Exactly.
Yeah, not at all. And the sad news is that those people are set up where they're going to have they're likely to have major challenges with their health and their ability to keep the weight off as time goes by.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is very sad.
So let me summarize, and I want your opinion on this. Because, we give people, it's loose, a fat burning snack. 100 to 200 calories. Let's say we're talking about women. You could have 100 calories of broccoli, or you could have 100 calories of jelly beans. They're both fat burning snacks. But in your opinion, or when you're coaching your clients, which one do you think would help a person get to where they want to be sooner? The 100 calories of broccoli or the 100 calories of jelly beans?
Definitely the 100 calories of broccoli.
I would agree. But you could, I like the idea that a person can feel as though, man, I really want those chips, or I really want that brownie. And as they're going through the transformation, or, like they really want those jelly beans. And if they could have 100 calories of that brownie, the jelly beans, or that biscuit, or that donut, and still feel like they're compliant with the methodology and the challenge, that does feel pretty good.
Exactly.
So you can still get to where you want to be eating jelly beans. However, I do believe that eventually a person will start to want to choose something that is not as processed and still be satisfied as a result. Thoughts?
I totally agree on that. I totally 100% agree with that. Myself and clients that I coach, it's interesting because when we do eat those, I'm going to stay with the jelly beans. When I eat like that, I crave more. And I find that my clients have said that too. So that's a trigger right there that maybe we can be making some better choices that's going to actually fulfill us more. Because when we actually eat those jelly beans and foods like that, we tend to get hungrier sooner. So, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm with you. And that's wisdom, everybody, because if you eat the jelly beans, you'll notice that you're probably going to want to eat something more sooner than later.
Right.
Whereas if you had, let's say, I don't know, beef jerky, or some type of something that's high in protein and fat, maybe a little avocado with some cottage cheese for a snack. You want to get that saltiness, put a little salt on there, a little pepper, even sprinkle a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on there. And hey, that's a nice, yummy snack.
It sure is.
And then just keep it moving. Okay. All right. So we have that. So the snack, I believe we have out of the way. If anyone's catching this live and you have a question about snacks, fat burning snacks, especially those of you who are in the challenge, then bring it, because we are here to give you ideas on how you can make the most. And of course, in the challenge, we cover all of this stuff. It's all part of what we're going to be doing. Now, before we go into anything else, do you have your questions ready? Because we might as well just jump right into some of the questions you may have that you think people are thinking, or they may have, who are going to be participating in the challenge.
Yes, thank you for that. I have been asked by some people, so I thought I'm just going to jot them down, and this may be a good opportunity to discuss it with one and only Robert. So one of the questions I had is, what is going to be involved in the challenge? So in short, can you explain what we're going to be doing in the challenge?
We're going to be eating.
I love it. I'm in.
So the challenge, okay, here's what the challenge does. One, we do it every year in January, and it gives people a chance to learn the methodology, so that they can learn how to eat in a way where they're less likely to gain the weight back and they can start losing weight. Two, I believe it gives people a chance to get a jump start. Sometimes we just need like a little bit of a push, a little bit of structure to get us going. So it helps those people. Three, the price is right. You can go out and spend $500, $1,200, $1,800, $3,000 plus for some nutrition-based program. And I'm telling you right now, I've seen it again and again for years, over 20 years of doing this. I have watched people transform in a big way just by starting a challenge. Matter of fact, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, Amy, but when I did my very first infomercial, right, Food Lovers, I think I'm going to say 60% of the people who were the before and afters in that infomercial, and I remember there was 24 that I brought in, major transformations. 60% of them were not coached directly by me. They started with the challenge.
Really?
And yeah, I had one kid who was 15 years old. He lost 105 pounds. Not in 8 weeks, but he started with the challenge and went on to lose 105 pounds, a teenage kid. His mom lost 75 pounds, and they started with the challenge. And when I did that challenge that they were in, it was live. It wasn't like this one. They all paid $175. We had about 400 people in the challenge. It was very successful. And many of those people went on to just break records. And then many of them end up becoming my client. So this challenge gives people a chance to be a part of something and to learn something. And even people who have been my client in the past, I would recommend they do this challenge. Because as you know me, Amy, and you could add to this however you want, I'm always sharing something new, something better.
Oh, I totally agree with that. And just so people, with what you said, I've done your challenge every single year, and I learn every single time. So there's always new information in the nutrition, health, fitness world. And yeah, you keep us up to date. So it's definitely something that I will look forward to. I do look forward to every year.
Okay. So the structure, in answer to finalize the answer to your question, in the challenge, it starts off like the way we did our last challenge, where every day we have a daily 10. So do you remember that?
I do.
Okay. So people begin with the daily 10. You got to find a way to get it in 10 minutes of your life. So the routine is there. It's for movement, which is one of the 6 M's. So you start with that. And then you're doing 3 meals a day. Breakfast, you start off by making a fat burning meal that has a fast carb in it, is what I'm recommending. But then lunch and dinner, we stick to protein and slow carbs, just for the first 7 days. So the breakfast is helping a person who's new to the methodology to learn how to make a fat burning meal, right? That has fast carbs in it. And what the hell is a fast carb? So you learn what a fast carb is, what a slow carb is, right? So all of that is there. We established a really strong baseline. We're added a little survey in the beginning that helps a person identify with their healthy nutrition or nutrition. What's it called? Healthy Nutrition Index, I think it's called. And I may be getting the name mixed up, but it basically gives you a grade from 0 to 100. And it helps you identify with your level of knowledge when it comes to nutrition. So a person may score 25, but then in 8 weeks, they're scoring 95 or 100.
I love it.
So you grow in your nutrition awareness and knowledge. So you have that as part of this challenge. And then each and every week, there's a new challenge. And every day, there's an information that you learn, things that you may not have known. So for instance, in the beginning of the second week, you learn about the mitochondria. Now, the mitochondria, for some people, are like, what's that? Never heard of it, right?
Right.
But that's cellular health. Learning how to improve your cellular health, not just what you perceive as health. And most people don't even know what a mitochondria is, what role it plays. And so you learn all of that in a very fun way. And you start thinking about life as you're improving that. So you're making over your body, but then you're making over the health of your cells. Now you basically know what your doctor knows and probably a little bit more. And then the
Right.
next week we go into another one of the M's. On up front, we begin with mindset, right? Which we're going to talk about. And these different personality traits, they go with that. But you start learning about the metabolism, like what is the metabolism? Like you hear people their whole life walk around, yeah, my metabolism's slow. Yeah,
Yep.
slow down. Man, I don't even have a metabolism. And if you push them, they can't even tell you what a metabolism is.
Mhm.
So you're learning, you're applying, you're benefiting, you're winning.
And that's
So
what's important. You're
yeah,
learning and applying. That's what hits. Is a lot of times you can learn, but you're not applying it. So how are you, first of all, even going to remember it? So with that being said, I've been asked a lot too, is there going to be support? Like, is there going to be a platform where we can reach out to you or the coaches or everybody, the participants, where they can have like a group, get in and interact, support each other?
absolutely. So
Wonderful.
when people log in, so they get access to like a membership site, right? Our site. When they log in, there's a community. In that community, you can post questions. So it's like a feed, kind of like what you experience with Facebook.
Sure.
And for those of you who are watching, please know that Amy knows everything I'm saying. So I'm sharing with her because she's asking questions for the people. Because I saw your post this morning, Amy. So when you go in, you have the feed where you can like post recipes, you can get recipes, you can share thoughts, you can say, I'm having a hard time, whatever you want. And then you have specific topics. So right now we have 2 specific topics, and there'll be 5 as you participate in the challenge. We have 1 topic that is all about mindset. And that's going to be fun, right? It's like if somebody's a procrastinator, that's a good place to go there and go, I'm procrastinating already. I started, and I haven't done anything. It's on day 4 and I haven't even started. Okay.
I'm excited about that.
So they could go there and share that. And then you have just questions about or thoughts about or suggestions about the 8-week fat loss challenge. So a person can go over there and maybe they didn't understand how to measure their waist, or maybe they have a question about what makes for a fat burning snack. Post that in the community, and you have coaches in there.
Right.
You have people who are veterans with the methodology. You have people who are new to it. So it's going to be fun. And you don't got to be on Facebook. So there's a lot of people that aren't on Facebook.
Right. Right.
So,
I was asked that
anyway.
question too. So,
Yeah.
And with what you said, it's definitely, I know last year I jumped in and tried to help out too, answering questions, because when they're new, it's hard to, I mean, if you miss something and you're not sure the answer, you can't be on 24/7. So, so yes, to answer that question, we're all there to help the
We
new
are
people.
all there to help.
We're all there to
Right.
help.
Amen.
Another
Amen,
question.
everybody. Amen, everybody.
Amen. Amen. Will there be any restrictions?
Great question. And that is something that I definitely need to add. They'll see that when we're talking before it starts. There's 3 basic restrictions in the beginning of it. Okay. And number 1 is that you put on your label detective hat, and you're to avoid at all costs high fructose corn syrup. So if you buy a product and you see in the ingredients list high fructose corn syrup, then we recommend put it down and choose something else. So that's number 1. Number 2, we avoid anything that's deep fried, Amy. So people go, well, what does that mean? So deep fried is when you cook it in a way where maybe at least half of it is submerged into the oil. Like fried chicken would be deep fried. Deep fried tater tots, deep fried breaded shrimp, deep fried onion rings. Okay, that's deep fried. If I pan fried, that's not deep fried. If I air fried, that's not deep fried.
Right. So if you submerge it.
Yeah, so we're avoiding deep fried and breaded foods.
Mhm.
So a donut is deep fried. Now there are donuts that you can bake. I
That
mean,
would
when
be
I was a
fine.
kid, Amy, my mom bought these donuts that I remember baking them, and they were the best. I mean, I still think about those donuts, and that was over 40 years ago.
So that's probably been a long time ago.
Yeah, so I don't even know if they I've never seen them in the store, but I
I haven't
remember
either.
having baked donuts that my mom would bake, and they were the best donuts. I mean,
Probably can't buy those today, unfortunately.
you know what? I bet someone has heard about baked donuts, so I'm sure there's a way to get them. But
Probably.
so we
Probably.
have that, and then drum roll for those who like to drink alcohol.
Yep.
Uh, no alcohol the first 7 days.
Okay. That was the next question is how long are these restrictions on?
Well, the first 7 days, and I know there's some people who like their wine,
Hmm.
and if they are really challenged in 7 days with wine, like they just feel like they can't go without it, there's another program I'm going to recommend for them.
Robert,
Let's keep it real.
we can
I
do
mean,
it, people. We can do it. You can
what a
do it.
great opportunity for those people who feel they can't go a day without alcohol.
Yes.
This will be good.
Or their fried food. I mean, because there's other addictions, fried food. I got to have this. I got to have that. I got to have my ice cream or whatever it may be. 7 days is really in the big picture. It's a short period of time.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
Another question. I've actually been asked this probably 3 times. Will we have to exercise?
No.
That'll make some people happy.
A person doesn't have to exercise. I mean, literally, they don't have to do anything. I mean, that's up to them. It goes back to mindset.
Hmm.
What do you want? Right? So if a person says, I want to be leaner, I want to feel better. Well, when you learn about the mitochondria, exercise is one of the key things that helps to strengthen your health on a cellular level.
Hmm.
Exercise
Absolutely.
helps strengthen your gut microbiome.
Absolutely.
Exercise helps strengthen your brain health.
I was just gonna say your mindset.
Yeah.
Huge.
You
Huge.
feel better. Everything is better.
Hmm.
So do you have to exercise? No. There's people who have done Weight Watchers and watched their food intake for years and lose weight. I'm not going to say they 100% feel great. They may, but they're never you will never feel as good as if you can make some type of exercise part of your habits.
And I want to add to that too, Robert, it's when I feel people, their definition of exercise is hardcore. Getting on the treadmill, running 5 miles, lifting massive weights, swimming for an hour. That's not the case. I
No.
tell people if you can move, even get outside, walk around in your house 5 to 10 minutes a day, just get movement is extremely helpful.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I don't know if you remember Gloria Tracy, who was one of my clients.
No.
Gloria lost over 70 something pounds. When she was 68, she looked like she was 88. When she got into her mid to late 70s, after losing weight and becoming more active and eating more, she looked 58.
Wow.
When you improve on a cellular level, you will look younger. You feel younger.
Absolutely.
And like what you said, it's not about like what you do for exercise and what I do. Well, we may be similar because we like to exercise a certain way that, a lot of people say that we're athletic. Not everybody wants to do that.
Right.
So the same way we meet people where they are when it comes to nutrition and challenge, we meet people where they are when it comes to activity.
Exactly.
And the first week, we have 10 minutes of movement. 10 minutes.
And everybody can do that.
Now, people like you just add 10 minutes to what you already are doing.
Right.
But for someone who's brand new, and I'm telling you, the last time we did this challenge last year, and we had the daily 10, which is 10 minutes, it was so simple for people to get going. I have clients who are still using that regimen, and they got up to, I'm not going to give it away what we have people do, but they got up to doing certain things. They got their spouse involved, and it's just part of their ongoing like regimen. I mean, which is unbelievable. Wonderful. Yeah, contagious. I'm telling you, this is anyone who said, okay, look, everybody listen. Okay, I want to keep this real. Well, it's always real.
It's always real.
If you are walking around sick and tired and your belly is bothering you, you don't like how you feel, you got excess body fat, and you're just sitting there ignoring doing something, this is for you. Mm-hmm. Just stop what you're doing. Get out of that funk that you're in, mm-hmm. and this is for you.
I agree. It's so motivating when we get up in the morning and get our daily message, and if you can talk to each other.
Crazy over here.
Exactly. So yes. So this is, I guess I want to say to everybody, this is a great opportunity to have the support. Like as Robert just said, if you're sick all the time, you're tired all the time, you have no energy, now is the time to change it, because if you don't, it's only going to continue to get worse. And now is the time.
It will get worse.
Unfortunately, it will. So another question, I'm kind of curious on this one too. What are some of the common mistakes that you see people make, whether it's with the challenge or whether it's with our diet-free life methodology? What are some common mistakes?
You know what? I could answer that question the same as I would answer what are common mistakes that people bring into a new relationship. Now, you've been married for years, so you're like, huh? But if you think about it, most people, when they go into it, like if, you know, God forbid, well, we're not going to use you, but let's say you have someone who gets out of a marriage and they decide to get into a new relationship. Oftentimes they bring in a lot of baggage that they picked up from the old relationship, and they end up experiencing a lot of the same things that they didn't like about the last relationship. And that's because they never took the time to unpack their bags, wash their clothes, and maybe even go get a new wardrobe, maybe even buy some new luggage before they get into a new relationship. Now that's a metaphor, great way to put it. Right? So as a metaphor, I know that when I get into a new relationship, which I'm not in one, I'm extremely single. But when I do get into one, they're going to get the best of everything and all of who I possibly could be, because I have been married twice, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I have worked on me, and I've gotten rid of that baggage. And so in my next relationship, the same as this whole program, what I will do, I'm telling you, Amy, if I find someone that I really like and I think is going there, like boyfriend, girlfriend level, we're going to go to counseling. We're going to go to counseling, and we're going to go to counseling before there's any problems, to make sure. Awesome. Yeah, I just want to make sure that she ain't bringing no baggage in, and I'm not bringing in baggage. We got new luggage. We are going to start fresh, and we're going to use wisdom to help us make the most of that new relationship that I want to last for the rest of my life. Now,
it just makes me that's great.
Yeah, I just haven't found her. I don't know where she's at.
She's hiding.
I'm looking for her. Where you at, girl? So with this challenge, that's what I would recommend to people is you've dieted in the past. You have an idea of how you lost weight before. That's baggage. Now, it
Put
could
that
be
behind.
wisdom, but it's baggage if you bring it into this challenge.
Mhm.
Come into the challenge with an open mind. Take it one day at a time. You don't have to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes, meaning you're going to do something that you didn't pick up or maybe learn, but then you're going to correct it. And then you're going to like correct the next thing. And after 7 days, everybody after 7 days are in a whole different place
Exactly.
compared
That's
to
so
day
true.
one.
That's so true.
So that's my answer to your question.
And I like how you explained that. That's leave it all behind and be open-minded. And we all do make mistakes. When I started the Diet Free Life methodology, I made a mistake, and mine was a lot longer than seven days too. But we didn't have the coaching that we have now, so it
And
happens.
we didn't even have this.
No,
Like
no,
virtual Facebook. I mean, Facebook was
no,
new, but
no,
yeah.
no. So let's see. I think I might have covered them all, Robert.
Okay. Well, if you covered them, you guys. So if anyone has any questions, you're catching us live. You can post your questions, and then if we catch it while we're live, we'll answer it. And even if you're catching this on a replay, then we'll come back and we go through the threads or whatever. And if there's a question and we can answer, we'll answer it.
Yep.
But I'm ready to like dive in, and we can spend the rest of our time talking about the different mindsets. And I will tell you that I'm doing a live video tomorrow, which I'm going to invite everybody in the challenge, and even people who aren't in the challenge, to attend if they can be there. I'll let you know what that is. I haven't picked the time, but it'll be on Saturday, and this will be the Saturday before the Monday of the live launch, which is Monday, January 27th. So I'm going to do a mini seminar. But part of that mini seminar, and you kind of mentioned this earlier, is like, are there supplements or are there things that people can do? If I were brand new to this, I would definitely find out more about the balance oil and the balance tests. Now, people who are hearing this, they can reach out to me. They can reach out to you because you make it available. They can reach out to other people who are coaches that told them about the challenge. But man, I wish I had done this earlier, because I would love to see people get their balance tests before they did the challenge. So then they have a before, and not only will we see them as far as their weight and how they feel and how they look as part of their after, they'll have time to be able to get their follow-up tests, and we can see improvements on their health from the inside out.
I think that's great. And I'm going to add to that. I do have it. If people are interested here locally in my area, I do have the test and the oil in stock. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. It is a wonderful product. So.
And there is a question, because this one does come up, and I know Sandy had asked this question about a grocery list. And it's so interesting when people say grocery list. A grocery list is based on a fat burning meal that you're going to eat. Okay, so for instance, if you know you're going to eat lunch and dinner that's protein and slow carbs, right? And this is for people who already know the methodology. Your grocery list is based on the slow carbs that you will eat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give you a grocery list to tell you what I would eat. So all you need to know is what makes for a slow carb, what makes for a fast carb that you possibly would eat for breakfast, what makes for a protein, and that's your grocery list.
Which I'm assuming you're going to give that to everybody, the foods and the categories.
Well, when they go through those first 4 steps,
It'll be there.
right, it's there, right? You can download the categories of food. What's a protein? What's a slow carb? I explain in the videos when a person goes through steps 1 through 4, how to make a fat burning meal. That's protein and slow carbs, as well as protein and having a fast carb. If you want to have a fast carb for breakfast, a simple breakfast could be eggs, which is protein, 2 slices of toast if you want, which is a full portion of a fast carb. Now, the bread that I buy, I'm gonna make sure it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup,
Right.
because I'm avoiding that. And there's a lot of breads that have high fructose corn syrup. So you got to find a bread, which I go with sourdough, that doesn't have high fructose corn syrup.
Right.
I like berries. We keep them in the house: strawberries, blueberries, blackberries. That's a slow carb. Or, I'm really on this bean kick right now. So I have some black beans, and I'll throw that and sprinkle on my eggs, and I'm a happy guy.
That's exactly what I do. So with everything that you just said, people that are thinking about the challenge, I would really recommend watching those videos. And I'm glad you mentioned those, Robert, because I actually did watch those last night. I watched them, and they're very informative. So I'm assuming then you would agree with that. They should definitely watch those videos so they're not behind on day one.
Well, yeah. So log in now. It's step 1 of 4. Then you get to a page called Ready. You get to a page called Ready, Set, Go. And there's additional information there. There's Braley, who talks about beginning her diet-free life. And then on, Sunday, like there's information that's mentioned where there's going to be a brand new video presentation that I go over on Sunday, which is the day before the official start day. So you want a scale, which we have a link to scales that will do your body fat, which would be great. If you can get a glucose monitor, that's great. You don't have to have it, but that would be helpful. You definitely want a measuring tape so you can measure your waist and take your measurements. We give downloads where it's like all you gotta do is just download it, print it, and it shows you step by step how to do the measurements. So it's all there. Now, if someone's a procrastinator, then it kind of sucks, because before they can even get started, their procrastination may block them from getting to the place where they can get started.
So maybe you should have made another a set date for them. Then they would be ready when our date comes.
Yeah, I need to address that. So the procrastinator, we got to figure out something for you procrastinators.
Right. So when we discuss the personalities, they're going to know who they are. So
yes. Okay. So we have less than 15 minutes to wrap all this up, Amy.
Okay,
so
let's do it.
I'm going to do a high overview, you guys, of the 5 weight loss mindsets. Now, believe it or not, I put a lot of thought and time into this.
I love it, Robert.
Well, thank you. And I know that, it doesn't mean that you're just one of them. It's kind of like your 5 love languages, right? You may be a combination of 1 or 2. So the procrastinator, that's the person who keeps telling themselves, I'll start on Monday. But when Monday comes, there's always an excuse. Life feels too busy, the timing isn't right, or you just don't feel ready.
I'll start next Monday.
Yes. And if you read the article that we're making available to everyone as I made this available and wrote it, it gives them an idea on what they can do about it. So it's not one of those things where you get titled a procrastinator and we don't give you like tools. The goal and the challenge is to help you put things in place so that you don't fall prey to who you are. And the reason why I like to have these 5 categories, Amy, is because if you think about it, where I've seen some of the best success is growing up with Al-Anon. And my mom has been sober for 43 years. And
awesome.
When you go to like AA meetings, the first thing that you see when you go to an AA meeting, aside from people smoking and drinking coffee, is whoever goes up to the mic, they start off by telling you their name and being open and honest that they're an alcoholic. Like if it was me, it would be like, hi, I'm Robert, and I'm an alcoholic. So a big part of success in sobriety is being honest,
Yep. Admitting.
admitting,
Mhm.
full transparency.
Mhm.
And then you get a sponsor, someone who's going to help you stay accountable. Now, one of the things that people don't talk about a lot is that sponsors tend to have problems in their own lives because you got to be available when that person calls for you. So imagine that you're sponsoring me, Amy, and I've been sober for a month. But something happens in my life where I find myself in the parking lot of a pub and I'm about to go in and start drinking again. The only thing I got, my lifeline, is to call you.
Mhm.
And you're sitting at home eating popcorn, watching a movie with your husband. Phone rings. You got to pick up that phone, and now your husband's getting a little upset because this person you're sponsoring is messing up our quality of life. So people don't talk about those things.
Mhm.
But you got to pick up that phone, because if you don't, that person you're sponsoring, they're going to go in there and ruin everything. So
Yeah, that
in
month.
the challenge, I feel like we are sponsoring people, and we have things in place to help people stay accountable. And the more people you have in the challenge, that makes it easier for people to be able to like reach out,
Reach
go
out.
into the community, ask a question,
Mhm.
keep their motivation high.
Mhm.
Okay. So procrastinators, we got you.
We
The
got your back.
dabbler, in the beginning, I said I'm a little bit of a dabbler.
Yes, you did.
Let me tell you guys what a dabbler is. A dabbler is you've started and you stop more diets than you can count. Well, I'm not really a dabbler that way. You get excited at the beginning, but when life gets tough or results don't come quickly, you give up. Actually, I'm not a dabbler. Yeah.
When you said that, yeah, I was like, no,
Yeah, I'm not a dabbler. Not even a little bit.
no,
Like,
no. So
yeah.
yeah, I disagreed with you right in the very beginning.
Okay,
I'm like,
yeah.
well, I'm interested to see how you explain that. So
Yeah. Reading out loud. Nope. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm
no,
not.
you're not a dabbler.
Yeah. My daughter, you know what? I think that comes from my conversation with my 14-year-old, because she was saying, Daddy, I think I'm a dabbler. And now she's a warrior. And if you're a dabbler, I get it. It's okay.
Robert,
Then
I will
number
say, I
3.
feel a lot of people are dabblers.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Well, we're going to find out, because that's going to be a
Yeah, we
fun
are.
post.
We are. I'm excited.
Okay. Level 3 is the believer. And this is a believer. You're genuinely working on improving your habits and making healthier choices. But progress feels slow because you sometimes give in to perceived emotional eating or social temptations. I'm probably a little bit of a believer and achiever. I think I'm a combination of the two. Right? Because social temptations, I get that. Because I'm around people, I get invited to parties. But when I lock in as the warrior, Amy, I don't go to anybody's parties, and I kind of seclude myself. And I'm good with that. I will stay home by myself. I'm good. Because I don't want any temptations. And that's how I deal with it.
Yeah, I saw that side of you here in Darlington. When we were at the brewery, cheese curds.
Really?
Yeah, you did not have one.
Well, I mean, a cheese curd, but I had some other stuff.
But no cheese curds.
Okay.
You were like, nope, nope. And you're in Wisconsin and no cheese curds.
Well, actually, okay, I hear what you're saying, but that, to be fair, I just don't want a cheese curd. But I had some drinks. You know what I mean? I ate some stuff that I don't typically eat. I just don't like cheese curds.
Oh, you just don't like them. Okay.
I mean, I ate it, but I wasn't like, man, I gotta have another one. Like, it didn't pull me in like that.
Okay.
But some other stuff pulled me in, which I indulged and I had a good time. Okay, so then you have the achiever. You're dedicated and disciplined. You've already made significant changes to your lifestyle and stick to your plan most of the time. Occasional indulgences happen, but they don't derail you. Maintaining balance without burnout or guilt. Okay. Before the challenge, I'm a believer achiever. I quickly go warrior. Like on Monday morning, I'm warrior. There's not like a week. There's no playing around. And I know you're like, I see you as a warrior. Like when Amy's on, you're on. Am I right or am I?
Yeah, and I'm going to thank you for that. Yeah, I'm very disciplined. So as you explained those, I was like, nope, that's not me. Nope, that's not me. So I was really at the achiever. But when I'm 100% on, like this challenge, I will be 100% on. Probably
Yeah, no,
200%.
I mean, I give you props. So here's the definition of the warrior. And even going through this exercise, Amy, I realize I'm none of the first four. And none of this, you guys, those who are watching this, it doesn't mean any of them are bad.
No.
It's just based on where you are at this moment in your life, where you have temptations, where it's challenging. Everybody's different. And we're just talking about ourselves. And so in the very beginning of this video, I basically said, hey, I'm a dabbler.
You did.
But in saying it out loud, I'm like, nah, not at all. Because it's game on for me come wake up on Monday morning. So the warrior, you're 100% committed to your goals. You follow your eating and exercise plan with laser focus, no matter what challenges arise. Your mindset is unshakable. That's me.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, because I actually have a goal. And this challenge is I'm going to reach my goal in 8 weeks.
And that's the thing I want to say too, is I'm hoping people that are doing the challenge, make a goal for yourself, whether it's weight loss, body fat percentage, or maybe you just want to improve your mental health. I mean, that's huge. Mental health is huge, as we've already said. So I really feel that you have to make a goal for yourself, and through these 8 weeks, reach it. It's a possible.
Oh man, game on. So I guess like there is no wedding, there is no event, there is no anything that's going to
get in the way,
because it's important to me. And it's either now or never, and I'm going to do it now. And so
I'm
gonna give everybody a tip, and then I want you to give everybody a tip. Here's my tip. If you don't do it now, when you gonna do it? Because
my tip is, I definitely agree with that.
Well, I'm not done.
Okay, sorry.
Because that's not the tip. That's the question leading up to the tip.
Okay.
And that is, there's many people that are just on the fence. And they don't look as healthy as they would like to. They don't like really what they look like in the mirror. They put on clothes and they don't fit the way they would like them to fit. They really don't want to be in photos. And they're just stuck. And so I'm talking to those of you who are in that situation. And I'm inviting you to be part of a challenge. And to be part of a challenge, because it's a challenge, meaning it's not like easy. And I would say that when you do the challenge, and I would call this my tip, and because I'm speaking to people who are doing the challenge, it's okay to be frustrated at times, and it's okay to be a little hangry. It's okay to feel like you're missing out when everybody around you are eating things that you really want to eat, but you're in the challenge and you're choosing not to eat it. And it's a horrible feeling. And sometimes you're not going to have a problem with it. And sometimes you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to bed early. And I'm so proud, Amy, of watching my 14-year-old daughter, Faith. She's had this goal of getting to a certain weight so she could perform, do a certain role on the cheer team, like be what they call a flyer. Be a flyer, you have to weigh 110 pounds. Now, Faith she's extremely fit, a lot of muscle. A year ago, she's like 135 and looks extremely fit, very solid. She's 112 pounds today. So she's 2 pounds from reaching her goal. And she just one day locked in. And I watch her because, you make a comment. She's still respectful. I say, hey, sweetheart, would you like me to make you a taco? No, thank you, Daddy. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I mean, it's not going to mess up anything. And then she'll get up and leave the room. And I respect that because she said, no, thank you. And here I am, like, still offering. So people are going to experience those types of food pushers. But I was basically being a food pusher. I was a nice food pusher, but think about all the other people who are pushing. So you're going to have food pushers, and it's going to be tough, but find it in you to stay the course. That's my tip. Go for it, Amy.
That's a great tip. Wonderful tip. And I would disagree with you on one thing on that. So, which was you're a food pusher. No, because you asked her once and then you let it go. That, to me, that's not a food pusher. But my tip for me is, and I've talked to some of the people that I'm thinking of in mind, and people that are very close to me. Find a person that you look at their health, find someone that you don't want to be, or think of a health issue that you don't want. And if you actually know somebody, you have a connection that has those health issues. That's what I do, me personally, is I don't want to have health issues as I get older. I mean, age is approaching, and I want to prevent every possibilities that I can help myself. And I'm just asking people to do that too. So tip is, if you want to feel better, look better, more confidence, and again, I stress on the mental health, doing this challenge is going to do all of the above. And my health is the most important thing to me. And I'm hoping what you and I have shared today, Robert, will touch people.
Amen. I'm with you. So there you have it, you guys. And, just go. And my goals, are my goals, and your goals are yours, and everybody's goals are theirs. But the foundation to our goals is, like, I did a video a while back called Blind Weight Loss. Just do what the plan is. Don't get caught up in I literally don't like I'm getting on the scale on Monday morning to see my body fat and my weight. I'm going to do my waist measurements. And I really don't need to get on it again. I don't. And you know why, Amy? Because
you're doing it right.
Yeah. What is there? Why do I need it? I don't need to check anything.
If you follow it, you're going to have results.
I don't need to check one thing because I don't deviate. And I believe in the methodology.
Oh, I do too. I definitely believe in the methodology. Yeah. And
what is there to deviate? I mean, because every time I make a fat burning meal, I'm not eating a little extra butter. I'm not adding a little bit of extra this. I'm not just taking a bite of that and all this other things. Oh no, I'm locked in.
Yep.
I'm not having a glass of wine just to like.
Mhm.
I'm out. I'm good.
So if people follow the methodology, they're going to see results.
Hey.
Amen.
Yep. So that means for me, Amy, which is going to be interesting, because I do like a glass of wine. I do like a cocktail. You know, I don't go to strip clubs. I don't go and do other things where I'm spending money and all that. My enjoyment moment, my little vice, if there's one, is to have a cocktail, a glass of wine, and relax, watch a movie. But for 8 weeks,
No.
now that's me. I'm gonna give everybody else room to bring it in.
After
Not
7
me for 8
days.
weeks. Huh?
After 7 days, they can bring it in.
They can, and that's fine, and they can still get results,
Mhm.
but not me.
Mhm.
This is 8 weeks, and you know what's cool about this 8 weeks? The first week of April is over. Eight weeks goes like that.
It does.
So
does it
why
ever?
go? Why not?
Mhm.
Why not be in a whole different place come April? That's right around the corner. That's before summer.
Right before summer, you're going to feel great. You're going to look great.
Oh, well, I mean, after that, I'll have so much momentum, then there'll be some other new goals. You know what I mean? Like, let's go.
Yes.
I'm turning it back, man.
Yes.
If I don't do it now, when am I going to do it?
Right. So we're going to do it now.
All right. All right, you guys. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. I'm Robert Ferguson. This is Amy Prine. Amy's website is listed below. You can reach out to her, learn about the balance oil, get the balance test, maybe get her as a coach. You can reach out to me, and you can learn more. Just click on any of the links that are there. We're here to help you.
Yes, we are.
And if you're in the challenge, you know, once you enter, you'll start getting emails. We're going to do some type of event on Saturday. You don't have to be there live, but I'm going to do something live, and you're welcome to be there. Ask questions beforehand. Then there's going to be another motivational post on Monday or Sunday. And then you're going to wake up on Monday, and it's day one, baby.
Day one.
And I hope you can be there. I hope you can be there. This is it. All right, Amy. Any last words?
Right. No, just get signed up and let's do this all together. Let's do it.
So Amy says, let's do it.
Let's do it.
There's nothing to it but to do it.
That's right. I like that.
You ever heard that before?
Yep.
There's nothing to it but to do it, everybody. Hey, what's up, Kelly? I'm glad you caught us live. And Sandy, I'm glad you caught us live too. All right. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Pumped. I'm pumped.
I am definitely pumped, and I'm definitely pumped about the personalities, and that's going to be fun.
All right.
So
thank you, Amy, for helping me get this live in today. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Have a good one. God bless. We'll see you mañana. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you haven't already, go to our YouTube channel. Peace out.
In a world of times, there's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, the health futures